This is not fucking canon!
One of the strengths of the Tau race when conquering new territory for their empire is that, frequently, the Tau can achieve conquest through subtlety and subversion, as opposed to resorting to militaristic subjugation. In effect, the Tau can and indeed have conquered many worlds without the need for bloodshed. One of the main ways they accomplish this is through the propaganda utilised by the Tau of the Water Caste, who are the merchants and diplomats of the Tau Empire. When seeking to claim worlds occupied by humanity, such propaganda will usually detail the benefits of living under the Tau Va, or greater good, such as by showing how Tau society is much kinder and happier than living under the oppressive yoke of the Imperium. But it is not only the Water Caste that propagates the use of such kinds of propaganda. Many humans who willingly join the Tau Empire and serve its masters, known in the Tau lexicon as Gearvesa, are also known to attempt to bring more of their kind under the banner of the greater good. One of the methods employed is by utilising the often hypersexualized depictions of Tau females, claiming that the women of Tau society have an attraction to human males specifically. But do Tau females really prefer the intimate company of human males? Typically, when relations between humanity and one of the many Xenos within the galaxy have occurred, it is usually between humans and Eldari, as the two races, based on appearances alone, are superficially very similar. But what about between Tau and humans? Have any documented romantic or sexual relationships occurred between the two races? There has been at least one instance of such a relationship occurring, between a Tau female known as Oshacera, or Shadow Sun to Imperial records, and one of the Captain Generals of the Adeptus Custodes, known informally as Kitten. A recovered hololithic recording by the Emperor of Mankind details that for an undetermined period of time, the two were engaged in not only a romantic but also sexual relationship, with Shadow Sun claiming how such intimacy between the pair caused her intense pain in her cranium. This in turn also seems to imply that the cranial cavity of the Tau doubles as an erogenous zone, similar to that of the ears of the Eldari. So this shows that physical and romantic relations between the two races are indeed possible. But for what reason would a Tau choose to be with a human over another Tau? Humans are indeed physically larger than Tau, and would, assumedly, also bear proportionately larger sets of genitalia. However, this being the reason as to why Tau females prefer human males would depend on Tau breeding in a similar manner to humans, as not all sentient species within the galaxy do so. The Kroot, for example, reproduce by having the males secrete fluid from their palms, which is then absorbed through the skin of the female, who then discharges egg-like polyps from her throat, while the Orcs, by comparison, reproduce by the simple shedding of fungal spores, which will eventually grow into the many different strains of Orcoid. Given what the relationship between Shadow Sun and Kitten would seem to suggest, it's possible that humans and Tau are simply biologically incapable of engaging in sexual intercourse with one another, hence resorting to using the cavity within Shadow Sun's skull as an alternative. These hypersexualized depictions of Tau females utilized in Tau propaganda appear to be little more than that, propaganda. Tau females are often depicted in such propaganda as having overly large breasts in a manner evocative of women in Terra's pornographic industries. This then leads to another question. Do Tau females have the pronounced breasts that is often depicted in such artwork? One of the few Tau females that had been acquired for scientific study by the Magus Biologus of the Imperium was that of one of the enigmatic ethereal caste. This particular specimen, known only as Aun, not only lacked breast tissue, but also mammary glands of any kind, which would suggest that the Tau do not produce milk or a similar analogue like the humans or Eldari, but possibly feed their offspring via regurgitation, similar to avian life forms, or that their offspring are capable of consuming solids from birth. Admittedly though, this particular specimen may be an anomaly, as Aun is shown lacking the typical hoof-like claws on her toes, which are sported by other members of her race. So ultimately, this would seem to debunk the propaganda of the Tau Empire. While one could very well generate a friendship or even a romantic relationship with a member of the Tau Empire regardless of their race, it's extremely unlikely, if not impossible, that it will be with a being so sexualized as depicted upon pamphlets or within holovids, another Xenos lie to bring others under their oppressive heel. Maybe.
Inquisitor, why is there Xenos pornographic material everywhere?
Isn't it obvious? It's for research into xenological biology, clearly.